I'm Loba Hippie, and today we are going to be talking about The Dream of a Ridiculous Man by Mr. D Money himself, Mr. Fyodor Dostoevsky. So, The Dream of a Ridiculous Man is a short story by Mr. Fyodor Dostoevsky, of course, and basically, we're following a very hopeless protagonist. This very hopeless, very depressed, downtrodden man who has a dream and people don't believe the dream. And that's kind of how we start out and what we are thrust into right at the beginning: hopelessness and depression, which oftentimes are themes and Fyodor Dostoevsky works. Um, and he has this dream of dying and his spirit traveling to this alternate Earth. Let's call it alternate Earth, where the people are innocent, where the people have never sinned. It's a sinless Earth, essentially. What Earth would have been had Adam and Eve not bitten the apple. You see? Uh, and these people are just kind, they're beautiful, they're sweet. Of course, there are no wars, there's peace, um, no confusion, they're simple people. And he corrupts them. He goes there and he corrupts them. And the whole time that he's interacting with these people, he's just thinking how different everything is here than how it was on Earth, on normal Earth, the Earth he just came from. And he recognizes that these people are better than the people from which he came, but still he ends up corrupting them and they become the same way. So to me, this story, I think, paints the picture that and no matter where we go as human beings, let's say we try to colonize Mars, no matter where we go, we're still human beings and we're going to take the human problems, the human error that we have with us wherever we go. And we think, oh, if we just, it's Earth, it's Earth. If we just move from Earth and we just take the best people, even amongst the best people that our population and our society has to offer, even those people are sinful. And even those people can make errors, and they do make errors, and can misjudge, and can lie, even. So, no matter where we go, we're going to take the problems that we have with us and just create a new corrupt system somewhere else. And that was what rung really true to me in this short story. And it is a very short story. It was only about 34 pages, maybe. But the storytelling was chock full of just philosophy, at least as far as what I got from it. And somebody else might have gotten something different from it. But when he wakes up, he is in a better state than he was before he went to bed, seeing as he went to this place, he spent all this time with these people, and he corrupted them. And so he comes out of this dream and he wants to make a difference. He wants to just love, treat thy neighbor the way you would want to be treated. Basically, essentially, is what he comes out of it with. Just love people, just be kind, just show kindness. And at the beginning of the story, just before he goes home, um, and before he has this dream where he passes away, he meets this girl. Now, on his way to meet this girl, he's not meeting her on purpose. She just kind of runs into him on the street. He's thinking he's going to unalive himself. He's tired of living. He doesn't want to be here anymore. He runs into this girl and she's crying. She's this little girl, maybe like 8 or 9 years old. And she's crying. She's like, "Help my mother." And he just shrugs her off and goes home because all he's thinking about is himself. And then he goes and he has the dream I just described. And he comes out of that dream wanting to go help that little girl. Also, he didn't unalive himself because of that little girl. Something about meeting that little girl changed or altered the course of what he had set out to do. So instead of going home and unaliving himself, he goes home, he goes to bed, and in his dream, he unalives himself, and that's how he is transported. His soul, his spirit, is transported to this alternate Earth where he meets these alternate human beings who are sinless, basically. And ultimately, he corrupts them. And so when he comes away from this dream, he goes to help this little girl. He's like, "It's just love. Let's just love one another. If we just could love one another, that would be the answer." Um, Now, I don't agree with everything in this story. I don't think it's as simple as just loving one another. Uh, I don't think it's that simple. I think you can't have good without having bad. I don't think that you could have even good without having evil. Two sides to the same coin, and that's just because that's human nature. You know what I mean? And so all we can do is be better people. And that I do agree with. I agree with the fact that he woke up, he came from this dream wanting to help that little girl because she was helpless and defenseless. And the way that he walked away from her the night before having that dream was so cold and so callous and so careless, um, and inhumane, really. And I think when talking about changing the world, people want to talk big scale, but what about the smaller things? What about just being kind to your fellow man? What about you waking up one morning and saying, "I am going to be kind. I am going to help somebody in need. I am going to be the change that I want to see in the world. I, me, you, not someone else." Because you can't control other people. You can't control what other people do. We can't control that there's evil and that there's bad in the world. But you know what we can control, though? We can control ourselves and our actions. And that's what I took from this story. So that's The Dream of the Ridiculous Man by Mr. Fyodor Dostoevsky. I'm telling you, anytime you read anything by him, you're always going to be able to pull and abstract some very rich and very potent philosophies and ideas and thoughts and the themes that just provoke thought in you. And that's what I really enjoy about his work. And that's what I really enjoyed about this story. I enjoyed the essence of the story, and I'd rate it 5 stars. So with that, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. And most importantly, I hope you read a good book or a good short story. And I'll see you when I see you.